No, you can't have this as a pet, though we don't blame you for wanting him to be. This is a Grevy's zebra, the most endangered of the zebras, and that's why it's making news. He was born just last month at a zoo in England, and it's an important +1 for a species that's down to an estimated 2,000 animals in the wild, most of which live in the African nation of Kenya. The big round ears, tan markings on his nose, and solid white stomachs distinguish Grevy's zebras from the others, and the new baby's name, Zinabi, means raindrop, though they also could have gone with something like Mr. Snuggle Muffet's face. Anytime you can begin with the phrase Mr. Snuggle Muffin's face, you're off to a good start. Welcome to the world from A to Z with Carl Azuz. That's me, and we're so happy to have you watching our unbiased news coverage. We're taking you to South Korea now, where tens of thousands of scouts just had to be evacuated from the World Scout Jamboree. The reason? Typhoon Khanun was approaching and is expected to make landfall in South Korea on Thursday morning. A typhoon is another name for a hurricane, a large tropical storm system in the northern Pacific Ocean. For days, Khanun had previously been wandering around Japan's southern islands, prompting the evacuations of hundreds of thousands and knocking out power for many residents in the region. As it moves north toward the Korean peninsula, the storm's wind speeds are expected to be as high as 90 miles per hour.
A world of knowledge. What is the smallest species of bear? Black bears, pandas, sun bears, koalas. Since koalas aren't actually bears, the title of smallest bear species goes to sun bears.
This video put a zoo in China in a bind. When Chinese social media exploded with claims this animal was a human in a costume, the zoo decided to grin and bear it, issuing a statement in the voice of the animal saying, "I'm a sun bear." A message echoed by another zoo in the UK.
Had you seen that video?
Yes, I've seen that video, and I am very, very convinced, 100% sure that it is a sun bear.
Xu Wang is a biologist and founder of the Bornean Sun Bear Conservation Center.
This is a male. We got Joe over here.
And I think we can confidently say that that's a bear, not a human in a costume.
Yes, that is a bear.
This forest enclosure in Malaysian Borneo shelters 44 rescued sun bears.
They are the smallest bear in the world. They look very similar to people when they stand up.
Sun bears are also an endangered species. Their tropical forest habitat across Southeast Asia is shrinking.
What does the future look like for the sun bear as a species in the wild right now?
If the forest is not big enough, if hunting and poaching still continue, the future is very bleak for the sun bear because they need large forests in order to survive.
Wang says there's an illegal market for sun bear claws, teeth, and organs used for traditional Asian medicine. Now the Chinese viral video is giving the world's smallest bear a moment in the sun. In recent days, attendance surged 30% at the zoo in Hangzhou. It doesn't look human at all when you see it in person, this man says. Something to bear in mind the next time you're sent a viral video.
On this date in world history, August 9th, 1945 was the second and last time a nuclear weapon was used in war. An American bomber dropped a plutonium explosive nicknamed Fat Man on the Japanese city of Nagasaki, killing tens of thousands, and that happened 3 days after the first atomic bomb, nicknamed Little Boy, had been used on the city of Hiroshima. Japan formally and unconditionally surrendered on August 15th, bringing an end to World War II. Over the decades that followed, critics have argued that the use of nuclear weapons was unnecessary, that Japan knew it was losing and would have eventually surrendered without the bombs having been dropped. Supporters have said the Japanese would have continued to fight even after their defeat was clear, and that hundreds of thousands more American troops would have been killed if they'd had to invade mainland Japan. New York's Rockaway Beach was closed yesterday after a swimmer was attacked by a shark on Monday night. It's the first attack known to have happened in the area, and the woman who was bitten on the leg had serious injuries and was in the hospital last night. According to CBS New York, there have been around 5 reported attacks at the state's beaches this summer. There were 8 last year. If you've ever found yourself here and wondered, what are my chances of getting bitten by a shark? Experts say they're actually incredibly low. The Florida Museum of Natural History maintains a record called the International Shark Attack File. And it says on average, there are about 70 unprovoked shark attacks around the world each year. Unprovoked meaning people are minding their own business when a shark unexpectedly bites them. The United States leads the world in the average number of attacks like this. It's usually less than 50 per year, but that's among the hundreds of millions of beach visits Americans make every year. Still, if you wade into the waves to body surf, regular surf, scuba dive, or snorkel, what are some things you can do to help reduce the risk? 1. Don't swim if you have a wound that's bleeding. 2. Don't swim when it's dark. That's when sharks are most active. 3. Avoid areas where birds are diving. There could be bait fish there, which sharks love. 4. Don't allow your pets to swim with you because sharks are attracted to their movements. And 5. Cover your watch and don't wear jewelry. Light may shine on it like it shines on the scales of fish, aka shark food. From a spaceport in the U.S. state of New Mexico, Virgin Galactic recently launched its first commercial flight, a mission that carried paying customers to the edge of space, giving them a short period of weightlessness before returning to the land of enchantment. Tickets have been sold for $250,000 each. Some are more expensive. The spaceport itself cost more than $200 million, and most of that came from taxpayers.
You'll find Spaceport America in southern New Mexico, but only if you drive about an hour from the nearest town. What is a spaceport, though? Well, the space to be, according to its trademarked phrase. Alice Carruth gave us a tour and explained the facility in simple terms.
So a spaceport is a lot like an airport to multiple airlines. We're just used by different vehicles that go to different altitudes towards space. So most of the vehicles here go well above the 30,000 feet that you would fly on a passenger plane, and go right there up to about 77.25 miles, which is our highest altitude to date.
Behind her, the spaceport's most iconic building, the Gateway to Space. This terminal and hangar facility is used by the spaceport's largest tenant, Virgin Galactic. But a dozen customers, 6 permanent tenants, launch from Spaceport America, which is actually owned and operated by the state of New Mexico. Companies come to take advantage of almost 340 days of sunshine, low humidity, and clear skies to do research, development, engine and rocket motor testing, and launches.
And we operate under 6,000 square miles of restricted airspace.
That's larger than the state of Connecticut.
It's the most controlled airspace in the country except for a tiny block above the White House.
Companies don't have to worry about passenger planes. The spaceport has complete access to the airspace without having to clear it with the FAA. From the ground to the sky, it's controlled by the Department of Defense.
No surprise that a school named Lone Star would be found in the Lone Star State. That state is Texas, and the first class we're recognizing today is Mr. Cobbs at Lone Star North High School. Great to see y'all in Gainesville. Now it's on to Mesa, Arizona, right near Phoenix, where we've got Miss Richburger's class at the Sharp School. Always sharp. One California Golden Retriever just might be in the running for worst guard dog ever.
You're the coolest dog I've ever known.
In this surveillance footage released by police, you can see the dog wandering out to the garage and rolling over, not for a family member, but for a thief. The man was just about to make off with a bike from the open garage when the dog moseys out. The thief then plays with the dog for almost a minute before riding off, leaving his furry new friend behind. With a different breed, that could have been a lot wilder. The thief might have been pit bullied, shepherded out, greyhounded away, knocked out by a boxer, set in Dalmatian, pointed in a different direction, or possibly made to flee, at least Mastiff the time. But bring in that dog, and he just retrievered a golden friendship. I'm Carl Azuz. We are thankful for you every day, and the world from A to Z will be barked tomorrow.